I'm annoyed. Well, I'm fuming actually, and I'm going to try and stay as calm as I can in this one because I tried to sleep on it. We've got a big game tomorrow, but yeah, not happy with the officiating team on Saturday against Pontefract Colleries. It's an absolute. I'm going to try my best not to swear in this. I'm going to use the word chuffing a lot because it's the closest thing to a swear word I can use. It was chuffing ridiculous. End of. How would you come up with that? Absolutely chuffing ridiculous. And we'll talk about it and we'll get into it. I'm so angry with that. We'll get into it, man. Show the intro. Now then, people, I've been away for a little while. I've had a few people ask me, is the channel, what's going on, this, that, and the other. But essentially, my little lad's been a bit ill. He had a bout of food poisoning, this, that, and the other. It took him a little while to get over it. So, dadding and that kind of thing kind of takes over in that situation. But today we're going to talk about Bridlington Town versus Pontefract Colleries on the Saturday just gone. So Pontefract Colleries came to Brid. They're a decent side. When they first came out of the tunnel, I was like, whoa, these lot they're a big bunch. Like there was a few people in there that I thought he's a lump. Big team. And I was a bit worried about the physicality battle, but I didn't need to be. Brid really matched up well against them on Saturday. And we will talk about the game, but it's just overshadowed, man. Like, you can't really talk about the game without talking about what happened with the first goal. Because, to me, how the lineup makes that decision from where he was is a joke. Like, literally, was it his first game? Yeah. Anyway, so what happened was, for those that weren't there, Pontefract break up the right-hand side. I'm not sure if it was like an attempt or if it was just like a cross or he couldn't make his mind up and it was a bit of both. Seb Malkowski catches the ball. Now, he does take a step back before he comes back out. From where I was stood, I was worried because, and I ain't gonna lie about it. It was touch and go. I was stood near some of the away fans from Pontefract Colleries. They all thought it was in. They're gonna think it's in, right? Because we've all got a little bit of bias. And it could have been. I ain't gonna lie, it could have been, but it was. We are talking centimeters, right? I mean, it wasn't clear. That's my problem with this. My problem is that the liner, he was probably 12 yards behind play. There's no way he could have. There's no way that with any kind of confidence that liner can tell anybody, I saw that ball carried over the line. He can't. And if he is, it's. I'm going to say it's bullshit. Straight up, because he wasn't with play, like he was a little bit behind play. So he wasn't looking directly across the line. If he was looking directly across the line, I probably don't have an issue with it, to be honest, because it was close and then you take his call on it. But he gets, man. You can't affect a game like that as a linesman. You cannot affect a game in that manner if you're not sure. I'm convinced he wasn't sure. I'm convinced he wasn't sure. There's people, including Big Norm. Shout out, Norm. I hope you see this, mate. I went round to see him. Bit like dugout. Sorry, clubhouse side of the dugouts, right? So he's probably like 10 yards clubhouse side of the dugout. And yeah, fair play to him. He was giving the line of all sorts. It was quite funny, but that, like, I was talking to a few of them because I wanted to know what their perspective of it was, what it looked like from where they were, because they were closer to the liner than the liner was to the byline. So it kind of gave like a view of what they saw. And again, there could be a little bit of bias in there. To a man, everyone was like, he didn't carry it across the line. So we've got two perspectives there. You've got the Pontefract Colleries supporters, which were quite close to me, saying it was. And where I was stood next to them, it looked as if it might. And then you've got Norm and the dugout kind of area a little bit further down saying, no. It wasn't, it didn't go in. So to me, that proves it wasn't obvious. It wasn't obvious. Look, it wasn't Seb's best day at the office. It wasn't. I can say stuff on here that official channels can't because, look, I'm not going to get in trouble for it. The liner had a shocker. Seb shouldn't be. I mean, there wasn't no venom in the shot. I don't know why he took that step back. He had it secure. Do you know what I mean? But things happen in the heat of the game, right? You can't. Some things just happen. It's just, you know, one of those things. But it affects the game, of course it does, because Brid and Pontefract were trading blow for blow at that point. Nobody really had the upper hand. Brid were playing some tidy stuff. Pontefract were playing to some tidy stuff, a little bit more direct in some areas. But, you know, the game was like in the balance. There was nobody dominating that game. If anything, Brid had, I would say, without creating any particular chances, like good chances before that goal happened, Brid were, for me, looking like if anybody was going to take all that game, it would have been Brid for me. But yeah, liner, man. I was fuming, man. Like, fuming. People were swearing all over the spot. You can't. I mean, it kind of tells a story of itself. You know, like, we're all pretty sensible people down there. So, yeah, fuming with that. We'll talk about the game, but that basically, it spoiled what was a fairly even contest and what could have been a much better game. But we'll talk about the game. Seb did have a pretty poor day at the office. His distribution, he's trying to hit some of those quick release balls down the left. Some of them were not getting to the target. Yeah, the second goal, cross comes in. It's a big one. It's a looping cross, right? It's up there. He comes for the punch. He's a big fella. If you come for it, you have to get it, really. He misses it. He's left in no man's land. Easy finish for the Coles player once it lands at him. I think it was a head, but it was just like a nodding, I think. I think it was just a tapping, really. Yeah, Seb, usually one of the rocks of the team, didn't have the best first half. Yeah, he didn't have the best first half. You don't want to say it. It's like a big franchise. You don't want to say it, but you have to. I mean, I have to be honest. He didn't. He had his normal great communication, but as far as two kind of key moments, the step back, which gave the liner the chance to flag a goal, and then he came for the punch, missed it. Not great. Apart from that, you probably say, other than that, we had a few chances in that first half. Didn't take any of them, but they got in behind and they just couldn't find that final ball sometimes. And that is a little bit of a theme that we're seeing. Just need that final ball, that last decision to be good. And it was a pretty, I won't say it was uneventful, but it was just a competitive game of football. And to be fair to Brid, after what had happened in that half, they didn't dwell on it. They kind of got off of it, got on with it. Mentality-wise, Brid look a different team. And then the half-time whistle blew, and we had a bit more controversy to follow. We'll talk about that. Half-time whistle blows, and I didn't see it. I just heard the whistle blow, and I was like, right, I want to go get a pint. I just heard people talk, like muttering, the kind of the noise level of muttering, and then rose, and I was like, "Whoa, something's happened here." So I can't say for what I saw, but it seems like at the halftime whistle, Seb has gone and confronted the ref and probably the linesman as well coming off the field, and said a few choice words. I mean, there was some rumours going around the crowd that had used the C word. I've heard from somebody that was there at that point that it wasn't that. Something to the. In fact, I'm not even going to. I got permission off the guy to say what he actually said. It wasn't great, but it wasn't like, it's nothing you don't hear at a football game on a Saturday afternoon, folks. It's not. To be honest, referee sending him off for saying that, like, yeah, it is dissentful, but it's not dissentful. Like, a yellow card would have been fine. Like, I'd have agreed with a yellow card for what he said. It wasn't disgusting. It didn't use any language that you would say is severe. There was some swearing in the language that he used, but not for me enough to warrant a red card. But he's had a nightmare there. Again, I'll say it because I can't. Don't put you like, he'd already spoke to the referee twice. Seb, you've spoke to him twice, bro. You've spoke to him twice. He's not going to change his decision. Anything you say to him at the halftime interval isn't going to change his decision. He's not going to wind the clock back. He's not going to wipe off a goal. He can't do that. Just go into the changing room, regroup for the second half. Do you know what I mean? But no, you get a red card, bro. It's not good enough. That's indiscipline. That's indiscipline that we don't need. That's Pete Davidson in net because you wanted to spout off. That's Pete Davidson. Think about that again. That's who did brilliant, by the way. But Pete Davidson's in net because you wanted to spout off. Not good enough. Don't do it. Use your head. Can't happen again. Red card. There you go. Off. Second red card. Now, I think the club are going to query this. They're going to ask, is this in the rules that this is a red card? Because you're asking a question. If you can't ask a question of the referee, who can you ask? You know what I mean? It was about the first goal because some photo evidence was shown to Denny, which demonstrated that the ball had not crossed the line. Now, to my knowledge, it's a still. It's a still image. It's not a video. So for me, it really done prove, because it's when the image was taken, right? Because that could have been after he stepped back to step forward. Picture. He hadn't crossed the line, but three or 4 or 5 frames backwards, he could be. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that was shown to the referee. Referee I don't know if he's got like a super ego, or he just thinks he's the main man, or he thinks people are turning up and paying money to come watch him. Because I can tell you now, we're not. Ego of the man. It was just a question from Denny. No, you, I don't know. Respect my authority type of thing. Red card off. The club are going to query that, and I think they're well within the rights to do it. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking a question of the ref at half time. He's waited till half time to question it. When else is he going to do it? You know, because at the end of the day, there's been some decisions there that have just like affected the game and set the narrative of the game, right? Because now we're having to come out, risk more. Pontefract can sit back, play on the break. I'm not a tactician, but what I'm saying is it's affected the game. It's affected how Denny will send his team out in the second half. Never mind losing the keeper. Down to 10 men. And now Denny can't even be in the dugout. Do you know what I mean? It's all gone wrong, man. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. Don't blame Denny on it. We're going to get him on after the Bradford Park Avenue game tomorrow. Get yourselves down. Yeah, we're going to talk to him. So we'll get clarification on some of that stuff. But anyway, we'll talk about the second half. Second half, Brid with 10 men, arguably, and it was quite a common opinion around the ground, played better, oddly. Pete Davison in net, he had one save to make. Played as a sweeper keeper, came out, was quite comfortable, as he would be on the ball. And Brid pretty much had the lion's share of possession. We're making, you know, attacking runs, try to play attacking football and get back into the game. But a one-man advantage in football is a big thing, and it was hard to break Pontefract down. And fair play to Pontefract. They did exactly what they should have done. They were taking the time on goal kicks. They were, you know, they were taking time to, you know, do a throw-in, freak, anything really, anything you could waste a few seconds on, you know. But they've been sent out to do that. They're pretty much down, Bridlington Town down to 10 men. They've got the full 11 on. They didn't have to push the luck. They didn't really have to gamble anything. Unless Brid got one back and were looking threatening, they could really go out there and just use the extra man and use the extra space and just see the game out. And that's what happened. Brid gave it a good go. Yeah, they gave it a good go. They did what they could. They used the to a man. Every one of them fought right until the final whistle. Got to be proud of that. You know, they've gone through some adversity there. There's been a shocking decision from the liner. We haven't got goal line technology in the npleast. Do you know what I mean? And so we have to rely on these dudes. And this guy, well, when's that circus back on in Scarborough? Because he needs to be joining it. That's how the guy's a clown. Yeah, and the game kind of petered out, really. Then he said to a man he's proud of him. I understand it. He's fuming. I understand it. Like, he's fuming at the end of that game. It's understandable, man. But yeah, we go again. Tomorrow, Bradford Park Avenue, that would be a huge 3 points. Do I expect it? No. Do I think it could happen? Yes. A draw would be a decent result. Danny won't agree with that. A lot of people won't agree with that. I think a point would be okay. But, you know, they will go for free. Get down there, Queensgate. Even a kick-off 7:45, I think. 7:30, 7:45. And, yeah, we'll try and get a chatting town done. The reason why we haven't done any chatting towns is because out of my, like, group of mates, like, they've had stuff on and this and the other. So I've been, like, on my Jack Jones a bit. If you see me on my own, that's why. But I will say this: if anybody is interested, I want to expand the pool of people that I've got that come on and do like the panel show, like the chat show. So if you are interested and you don't mind being on camera, you've got a smartphone, that's all you need is a smartphone or a laptop, even better. If you fancy it, get in touch, either through comments or come see me at the game, and we'll get you on. More the merrier. That's been Seasiders TV. We'll hopefully get a chat in town out to you today. I'm going to try and calm down. Hopefully a win will sort out tomorrow. All right. Cheers, guys. Till the next one. Peace.